Morning, guys. This is the second video of this morning. It's the 25th of November, 2020, and the day before Thanksgiving tomorrow for US traders. Most likely going to be low volumes as they're on holiday, and usually traders take Friday off as well. So you can expect a very long weekend for these markets. And I'm probably going to take, as I said in the last video, I'm probably going to take the days off and use it to for rest and recovery. But let's move on to the analysis this morning. If you haven't watched the review video yet, it should be on our YouTube channel. It was quite a good day yesterday for the hour breakout. Again, this is just the daily bars. Are just looking to see what's happening in the markets as we pass into half past eight, almost half past eight, and past London Open now. Let's just talk about what's happening here. Euro has been stuck inside this near perfect range between big round numbers, 118 and 119 for the last couple of days. As you can see, trading within this 100 pip range, and as I speak, we're testing 119. We're just kind of breaking through that now, which is pretty important. This psychological level 120 will be next if we manage to get through this. Maybe we'll see that today as traders kind of front load before Thanksgiving, or we could see a fake breakout, and by the end of the day we close back inside this range. That will also be quite interesting as well because, as you can see, I got marked up on this chart. This kind of descending trend channel, which has been respected a few times. So depending on where we close, if we close inside this today, back inside this trend channel, then I would expect that to be bearish, and a push down to 118, 117 might be on the cards next week. However, if we close above, outside of this trend channel, then I would still be bullish for this pair. Or even if we close above 119, then I think a breakout of 1.2 is imminent, and we carry on this uptrend. But like I said, volumes are rock bottom at the moment, so not expecting fireworks. GU currently trading around 133.65. So around about 140 pips from the highs here, and I believe this is going to be the line in the sand for bulls and bears. If we can push up to here, we might see some profit taking, and maybe this is where the bears would be interested in entering the market. I talked about this monthly chart yesterday, just briefly, and as you can see, we've been in this inside this downward trend channel line, trend line, for over a decade now. A break above 135 will mean that we make new highs, and perhaps this long-term trend might be broken, and we start to see a recovery in the pound against the dollar. But this is way above the time frame that we actually trade. So I'm just looking for direction here. So yeah, 135 being key for me for the pound, and I think we're gonna reach that imminently within this week or the next, I would say. Dollar against the yen. We found support of 104 yesterday. Well, kind of not 104, 104.10. And 104.10 does seem to be pretty important for UY. although it seems to be a bit choppy at the moment. No real direction in these dollar pairs, probably because of the elections and everything else that's going on. The markets have been a bit of a mess, but these big round numbers really are influential for the dollar against the yen. You can see like 106, 105, 104, 103-ish. It'll be respected pretty well. But I'm not really sure where we're going to go here until we break out of this kind of downwards trend channel wedge. So as long as we stay in that, I remain neutral on this pair, but obviously still going to trade it on the 1 hour. Right, on to GY or GJ, whatever you like to call it. We see a nice bullish move starting to happen. That began on Friday, following a kind of doji bar on Thursday. This one here, we've seen some good momentum. Trading just below the big round number 140, which has played its part as an obstacle in the past for a clear path higher. As you can see, there's acted as resistance here, here, and here. So if we got to push higher, we need to break this up, obviously. But beyond that is fresh air, and I think a close above it will lead to a further push higher, especially after this good momentum this week. If we see a retracement, then expect 139 to become support, which is acted as resistance, and below that 137, 138, all these big round numbers and these psychological levels have an important part to play. And in GY above 140, we have nothing, like I said. So yeah, let's see what happens today if we continue this momentum higher. EY continues to follow through this, following this big outside bar that we've seen on Monday, and it broke this trend channel and has continued to push upwards. Especially as if euro is going to break the range that we talked about, we can expect this to eventually test 125, another psychological level that's played an important role in UY. It's played its part here. Here, it's made this fantastic triple top. There's also 12445. That's been a point that the market has respected. So that is where we currently trade. Actually, you can see around here it's played its part, and it was also provided support a few times in August and early September, and then it was also resistance in June. So it's no doubt an important level. So some hurdles for EY to get over, but it looks like this momentum is strong. And if we could break this level, then 1.25 is the next resistance. Support will be if we see a sell-off, look for support at 1.23, and then this October low here to provide the support for EY. Onwards to AU. It looked primed to continue the uptrend if we see a continuation of dollar weakness, although we're still consolidating in this range. between 74 and 70. After a leg like this, the bias should be for a break higher. So yeah, as you can see, we're on our way to test 74, and that's going to be the next point of resistance for this pair. If we continue this trend higher and dollar weakness continues to be the theme for this year, then close above 74 means that a push higher and a second leg might be on the cards. But anything can happen. UC, right? Technically talking, there was this trend line that was interesting, and after this false breakout here of this trend line, then I expect UC to at least test 12950 once more, which was the low put in for November. As you can see, we actually retested that trend line following that false breakout, which may mean that the bears are still in charge. And even if you look at the monthly chart, you can see how important 12950 is on this pair. It's acted as a support this month, in the past, plenty of times, and resistance. It's been a pivotal area for UC, and also back in 2008, 2009, it was a huge resistance. And you only have to look at the wicks on these two candles to see that this could be a huge double top for UC, and it looks bearish going into the latter stages of 2020 and possibly 2021. A close below 12950 could lead to a drop down to as far as 120, and even below that. I mean, these wicks on this double top are pretty gargantuan. I like that word. So yeah, let's see what happens with this pair. It's interesting times for it. Not really going to talk about EA. Not much is it's kind of flat, as you can see. We're trading sideways for the time being. So let's move on to gold. Gold is at a really interesting level. This small range here before this big breakout has finally been tested again, and I think it was. I think this false breakout of this kind of trend line for me was massive, and it kind of sealed gold's fate to test 1800 eventually. But this 1800 is a psychological level. It was also this small range here, and it might be interesting for the bulls to step in here and take some support, and use this as a support area. This bar for me is going to be important. Today's bar, just because if this is like a small inside day bar, then I think we're going to see a further push by the bears, and perhaps down to 1750, which was resistance earlier on in the year, and also provided support once we finally got the breakout and led to this big rally in gold in July and the summer. So yeah, I think this is interesting times for gold. This day could be important. If we see a 2-bar reversal here, then we might see a push back into this wedge, and maybe a break higher. If it's an inside bar, I expect that the market's going to sell off some more. But yeah, let's see what happens. Anyway, they're the pairs I'm looking at for now. Good luck, and I'll speak to you Monday next week.